Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is yet another haul, but I have an excuse for this one, honest. Tarte recently had their 25% off friends and family sale, and also Beauty Bay got a new addition to their website in the form of Wet n Wild, so I purchased from both of those brands. After purchasing this together with the massive bundle I purchased with my birthday money and top cashback, I've realised I think I need to have a no by September. So that is my intention, that other than any subscription services that I receive, I'm going to try my hardest to have a no buy. So here is the box of goodies that I have. I will start first with the Tarte products because this is a brand I know and love, so can wax lyrical about them. And the first thing I picked up was the notorious Tarte Shape Tape. So I got the shade Fair Beige, which unfortunately is too light for me. I picked sort of on their spectrum based on where I would normally pick on a concealer spectrum. I think I picked like the third shade in, but it is just too light, and the effect it gave was when you bake and have the powder under your eyes and it just looks white. That was kind of the look it got. I tend to wear concealer of a work day with no foundation, so it showed up even more. I did try it on top of foundation, but it still didn't look great because it was just too light. So I am really devastated because I've been dying to try this for so long. And everything I purchased on the Tarte website was 25% off. And then because I'm signed up to their Tarte rewards, I got a further 10% off, which was amazing. So I think I paid £15 for this, and it is usually £22. So I did get a steal. It's just a shame that the shade's too light. So I'm going to see what it's like in the winter and hope for the best. I did contact Tarte and ask if there was any way I could exchange the product for a darker shade, but they said the only thing I could do is return it to them at my own cost and they would give me a refund, and then I could repurchase, but obviously repurchasing I'd have to pay the full price, and I did get this on sale. So I'm going to keep hold of it, but I wish I would have picked the darker shade. That's the problems with buying concealer and foundations online. The next thing I picked up was one of their Rainforest of the Sea lipstick duos. This is the Colour Splash Cocktail, and this contains the shades Rum Punch and Daiquiri. Is them here. So I already have one of these that I received in one of the sets in the past from Tarte, and I do really love the formula. It is really comfortable to wear and it does last quite a while. The lipstick itself also lasts a while. The bullet isn't as big as the mini Smashbox lipstick that I have, but still, I'm still going on the one I've got. So this one is Daiquiri, which is a sort of corally orangey red shade, and then we have Rum Punch, which is a really nice nude. When I did order this, I picked it because one, it was £10 down to, I think I ended up paying about £5.60 for it, and two, because I was really intrigued by this Daiquiri shade because it did look like it was going to be unique to my collection, and I don't need any more nudes. I did think the Rum Punch would be too light, but it's actually not. It's actually a really nice nude shade on me, so I am glad I picked these up, and these will last me a good while. The next thing I picked up was the Tartiest Treats Kit. I've had my eye on this for some time now because I really like the look of this palette, but this went on sale, so it was more value to get this kit than actually buy the palette itself. I think the palette is £21, but this was £21 for the kit. It then went on sale for £18, and then I got the 25 plus 10% off, so I think I paid about £12 or £13 for this, which for a mascara, eyeshadow palette and lipstick is great. So this is the little eyeshadow palette, and it is so cute and compact, perfect for travel. It's got a nice array of shades in it. It's got a decent sized mirror, and we have 3 shimmers and 3 mattes, and this purple shade here, Dominate, is beautiful on. It's like a berry purple tone one, and this gold is really nice as well. They're really pigmented, really easy to blend, as with most Tarte eyeshadows. I've not been disappointed by any of their eyeshadows that I've tried so far, so really glad I picked this up, and then the other two products were just a bonus to me. I had just left the mascara in my vanity because I've got it on now and forgot to put it back in the box. So this is the Tartiest mascara. First when I opened it I thought I had broken it because it's got quite a big connecting bit here. So I thought that I'd pulled out the stopper, but that's just how it is. So that is the brush on this one. It is a bit fiddly to close because you have to kind of push it down and click rather than just twist. So I'm not a massive fan of the packaging, but the mascara itself is really great. It fans out your lashes, it gives them length and it gives them curl and a tiny bit of volume, so it is really good. And it's probably my favourite Tarte mascara that I've tried. I think by now I've probably tried most of them. I think I've tried Man-Eater, Gifted and Lights Camera Lashes, and this is by far my favourite so far. I've used it past 3 days now and say really enjoy using it. Third thing in the set was a Tartiest glossy lip paint, and this is in the shade WCW. Now on the packaging here and also on the website it looks more pinky red toned, but when you get it, it is actually pretty purple. It is actually described as a berry, but when I put it on I would say it is purple. Because I'm not a lip gloss wearer, I'm not going to overly reach for it, but for the gloss it's not a bad formula. It's not overly sticky. It is quite thick, so it was quite hard to keep it in the lip line. But it's a nice shade, it's just not the normal shade I go for because on me it is purple. But out of this bundle, if this is the only thing that I don't like, I've still got myself a good deal there. The final thing I bought from Tarte was the Pamper and Prep. I said in my recent Will I Buy It video that I'm trying to establish a skincare routine, and I thought this would be a good start. I've been currently working my way through samples that I've received from subscription boxes because I used to always put them to one side and never use them, but I've taken them as a perfect time to try different facial cleansers, facial oils, different moisturisers, etc. to see what kind of skincare routine my skin needs, because I don't know what skin type I am. I don't really know what my skin needs because I've never had a skincare routine. So I thought this was the perfect kit to start me off. It contains a Maracuja C Brightening Eye Cream, a H2O Hydro Boosting Moisturiser, and then a Maracuja oil. So this is the eye cream and it is quite a small pot, but you need the tiniest amount. I literally dip my little finger in and cover both eyes, no problem, and cover them with quite a lot of product. I've been using this for the past 3 days and it doesn't even look like I've touched it. So I think this pot is definitely going to last me a while. It feels really hydrating and soothing on my eyes, especially when I've just taken eye makeup off. I think I need under eye treatment for dark circles. I don't know if this is going to help, although it does say brightening eye. So I'm going to persist with it and use it every night to see if it does make a difference. But if anyone's got any recommendations for eye cream to reduce dark circles, please let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that. Then we have it says Drink of H2O Hydrating Boost Moisturiser, and this is actually like a gel. It kind of reminds me a bit of Vicks with the consistency of it. Again, this is quite a decent sized portion and you will get quite a few applications because a little does go a long way with this as well. I'm not too sure where I stand on the scent of it. It smells kind of herby, but it's not too offensive and you can't really smell it once it's on your face. It's just obviously the application and then it's on your hands, but it's not a bad moisturiser and my skin did feel softer. So I again will continue with this as well. Final thing is a Maracuja oil, and I really like the packaging of this with the little dropper, and it is a clear liquid. I recently received a facial oil in a subscription service and completely wrote it off, said I'm never going to use this, I don't like putting oil on my skin. I've then used it and fell in love with it and love the effect that it gave on my skin and the hydration it gave my skin, because I do think I have dry skin. So when I see those oils part of the set, it kind of sold it on me to purchase this one. Although I don't know whether you're supposed to put both of these on at the same time, not at the same time, but I don't know if you're supposed to put one on then the other or vice versa, or you use one or the other. If anyone has any insight, please let me know because I'm really not too sure. But I find that I'm putting one or the other on because I think they're both supposed to be moisturising, but really like the feel of them. And again, this set was about £10 or so. Overall, I spent £42. So obviously I got free shipping because it is spend over £40 and get free shipping to the UK. I think my basket before discount was £63, so I saved £20, which is brilliant. I do love the brand Tarte, and I would definitely recommend, if you are a regular purchaser from Tarte, to sign up to their rewards programme, because sometimes all you have to do is log into your account and you get 5 points. So if you do that for a sort of few days on a run, the points quickly accumulate. You do a review, you get 20 points. I think I'm already nearly on 2,000 points, and you can then cash in the points for products or for percentages off. I think that there are more perks available for American reward holders, because I recently seen a Instagram story with Tarte and they showed how to sign up and they showed the rewards available, and I haven't got half of them on my list. So I did message them to say, is it the case that people from the USA get more rewards? But they said it's open to all, so I didn't know how to take that. Definitely recommend signing up to that if you're not already. This is not sponsored, this is not affiliated, I just like Tarte. So on to my next purchase, which was from Beauty Bay of the brand WetnWild. They released this on Wednesday, I think it was the 1st of August in the morning, and I had been eagerly watching their Instagram to see when it was going to be released because I was desperate to purchase quite a few things, because before then the only way for me to get Wet n Wild was on Amazon and I had to pay £4 or so shipping for each product. So to have it on Beauty Bay and get the usual free shipping over £15 was great, and I think I spent £22 on these products. I didn't go overboard, I easily cut off. I just wanted to sort of dip my toe in the water first, then no doubt I will go back and purchase more, and I think they are going to be releasing more as well. They appear at the moment to just kind of have the core products. They don't seem to have any of the newer products like the Zodiac collection or the Flight to Fancy collection. I don't think they've got any of that. They have just got the basics, but that's fine with me, otherwise it would have cost me a fortune. The first thing I picked up is the Photofocus foundation, and this is the first thing I ever seen from the brand Wet n Wild that made me want to try more. I purchased this in the shade Soft Ivory. I've only tried this once, but I'm not too sure. I do need to try it some more. I remember seeing a lot of videos online with people saying about the scent, and I can see what they mean because it does smell like paint thinner. And first of all, I think I didn't know if mine was broken because when I pulled the lid, I didn't realise it was screw at first. This happened and I honestly thought I'd broken it. I think I've just temporarily broken it. When I'd seen people applying it on YouTube and things like that, I'd presumed that it had a doe foot applicator. I didn't realise that it was like a spatula, which is really weird. I tend to kind of prefer the doe foot applicator or the pump. The shade was it was a good shade match, which I'm glad about. It did tend to cling to the dry patches of skin that I have on my forehead, which I find a lot of foundations do. It's only the L'Oreal Pro Glow, which I have on now, that doesn't. The e.l.f. Flawless Finish and the Rimmel Lasting Perfection, they also sort of cling to my hairline and the dry patches of skin that I have, and I think this is going to be another one. This also kind of showed the pores on my nose that I didn't really know I had, but will persevere if I can cope with the smell. I then picked up a couple of their brushes because I had heard such good things, and I got the small eyeshadow brush and then the medium fluffy eyeshadow brush, I think it was called, and these are so pretty with the white and pink. They are obviously going to get filthy really quickly, but they're pretty for 5 minutes, and these feel really soft. They're really nice size. I like that they have the sort of bevel in the thing to be able to hold it properly, because I'm always unsure if I'm holding my eyeshadow brushes in the right place when I'm blending and things, because I am still a novice at this. So I find that's probably going to be a great tool for me. Because I was filming this video, I haven't used them yet because I didn't want to dirty them, but I do think they are going to be really nice, and they were only £2 each. Looking forward to trying these. I then picked up one of the MegaGlo highlighting powders, and I got the shade Precious Petals, and this is a sort of peachy gold shade. It is really nice on the skin. It is actually more blinding than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be a really neutral glow, but really like the effect that it gives, and I find it is somewhere in between the Mirror Luminizer and the Revolution Baked highlighters that I have. So it is great for when I'm kind of feeling in the middle, because on a daily basis I tend to wear the Mirror Luminizer, whereas when I'm going on a night out I'll wear the Revolution because it's more blinding, whereas this, I say, is kind of somewhere down the middle, so I can take my pick as to when I want to wear it. Really glad I picked this one up. Next thing is this ominous looking Lash Renegade, and this is in the shade Brazen Black. Even though I seen what it looked like before I ordered it, I hadn't appreciated how chunky this packaging was, and my mascara holder is quite full at the moment, so I'm having to store this out of it because it just won't fit because it's that chunky. It's also quite awkward to hold, I find, and the brush looks like a device for torture with the sort of ball at the end of it. I don't know if there's a technique to using it, I don't know what that ball's for, but it is really awkward to apply. The effect the mascara gives is really nice. I think I've tried this the night I got it just to try it, and I've worn it once since, I think, and I do really like the actual effect of the mascara, but the application, the storage of the thing, I'm not too sure yet where I stand. I'm going to keep trying it to see if I can get the knack of how to use the brush. I don't know if that's supposed to be for your bottom lashes. If anyone's got any ideas, please let me know. I then got this freebie in as well, which is a Holika Aloe Soothing Gel, and on the back, oh, it's made in Korea, and say because I couldn't read half of the on the back. It says it is a soothing gel for your face and body for redness, which, because I've been sitting in the sun that we've been having, I do need to use this, no doubt, because I always do tend to reach for aloe vera products when I have sunburn or I've been in the sun. The final thing that I purchased was one of their eyeshadow quads, and this is the Petalette. I was drawn to this because I am kind of in a purpley pink phase at the moment, and I don't have many pinks, especially in my collection. I do have a couple of purples but not many pinks, and I was intrigued by the sort of brightness of this pink down here. I love with the Wet n Wild shadows that they tell you which part of the lid to put the eyeshadows on, which is great for beginners, and also they're not overly pigmented, they don't last all day, but it was only £2 or £3, but they are really nice shadows. This pink shadow at the top, this transition shade here, is a lovely shade. It blends really nice and it is a subtle colour, but it is buildable. This pink shade does require a bit of work. I think it needs to either be applied with your finger or a wet brush to get any colour payoff from it. The brow bone shade is really nice, but it is quite glittery and a bit chunky glittery, so you do, if you use it in your brow bone, it is quite sort of blinding with the glitter and does catch light quite a lot. I prefer a general, like, just lighter than skin colour in my brow bone. I don't like to accentuate it too much. And then the crease shade is a really nice dark plum colour, and this is nicely pigmented. This blends really nicely. So overall, it's not a bad eyeshadow palette, but it's not the best sort of drugstore palette that I've tried. They do have a couple in their Flight to Fancy range that I wouldn't mind trying, so hopefully Beauty Bay get a hold of them soon so that I can purchase one of them to try, because I do have a few of the Wet n Wild eyeshadow palettes that I've purchased online that are in the older formula, one being the Comfort Zone palette, and I really like the formula of them. I don't find much difference between the formulas. They both blend okay, they both aren't overly pigmented, they both don't last the longest amount of time, but they're just okay shadows for the price that you pay. But it wouldn't start you picking up more, if that makes sense. So that is it for my purchases. I promise I'm going to cut down. is hopefully going to be the start of my no buy for the month of September. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks.